So, uh, oh crap. What show are we doing again? Because okay, I've been catching up and finishing off all the shows that have started for the club. Like I just finished Kill La Kill yesterday. I think I'm gonna start it on Log Horizon next. So maybe that was kind of a bad idea just before doing a review because I've got multiple shows jumbled up in my brain. But anyway, Akame got killed. That's the one. It's actually a little hard to tell at this point because it's just barely gotten started. As of Monday, there were only 4 episodes out, I think, and that you haven't even really gotten to know all the main characters yet, and the main villain has just barely been introduced. Like we've just seen him being evil one time, and it's so it hasn't really gotten going yet. This is why I don't really like watching brand new shows. I like to have I like to get into the story. I like to get it. I've mentioned before, I'm a marathoner. It's just what I like to do. I like to have, I like to get the story going and really moving along. Yeah, I like it. It's very, very, very bloody. It's slightly etchy. Not terrible compared to some of the other stuff we've seen on this club, but it does. There are definitely boobs. There are definitely boobs. So, main character Tatsumi starts out as this super naive and idealistic kid. We're introduced when he saves these travelers from this giant monster, an earth dragon, and he just like slices it up in seconds, and so that tells you, oh, okay, so he's not starting from zero. He already has some skills. This is good. But then he tells the travelers, yes, I'm going to go to the capital and the imperial city, and I'm going to make all kinds of money, and I can use that to save my village. And the travelers warn him, the capital isn't the utopia you think it is, kid. His first day there, he loses all of his money to one person, and then gets taken in by what he thinks is a nice, helpful family. Turns out that they lure people to their house and torture them to death, which is how he meets Night Raid, the good guy assassins. They're a team of assassins. That's what they do. He learns that they just kill the evil of the city, the people who are the corrupt officials that can't be touched, and the wealthy people who are buying off the government, and rich people like that family who just use their money to get away with doing horrific things. And so Tatsumi's again, this little naive idealist is going, "You're assassins for justice!" And they all laugh at him because they say, we murder people, kid. There's no two ways about that. We kill people. We're murderers. So stop that." So the characters, uh, like I said, haven't really gotten to know the characters all that well in these first 4 episodes. We really haven't delved into much. As you might expect, the character we've gotten to know the most is Akame, since the show is kind of named after her. And we know about Tatsumi just from the first episode. He tells everybody where he's from, and there are flashbacks to where he's from, and flashbacks to his 2 best friends, and all this good stuff. And the second that you flash back to people you've never met, you know that it's going to be, okay, let's have a little quiz here. It's time to play Name That Angst. Are these best friends of his going to be A, joyfully reunited, B, extravagantly dead, C, turned into reluctant antagonists that the hero has to struggle with his soul in order to be able to fight them and save the day? Go ahead. I'll wait. Congratulations! You've selected answer B, which is correct. I mean, yeah, minor spoilers, I guess, but again, that's the first episode. There's really not much to spoil. And really, like I said, you see it flash back to someone you'd never met, you know one of those things is going to happen. That's just what anime does. The main device thus far in the series is a little thing called the Imperial Arms. There are apparently 48 of these ultra advanced ancient weapons, and 24 of them are out in the world, and they all do amazing and impossible things. Like Akame's katana is instant death. It just means you so much as cut your finger on it, you die in seconds. And then there's a gun that becomes more powerful the more danger the user is in. There's a magical suit of armor, and that crazy string weapon that shows up a lot. The gloves with the filaments coming out of them. I don't know who first came up with that, but they can't get enough of it. It shows up all over the place. Like there's Walter and Helsing. Who came up with this thing? Who? But anyway, there's a belt that turns the user into animal, into a beast person who becomes super strong and fast and stuff. And then there's a giant pair of scissors. A giant pair of scissors. That's all. That's okay. I'm going to be guessing that part of the draw from here on is going to be wondering, okay, what is the next weapon going to be? Because we've already encountered one arms user outside of Night Raid, the good guy group. So I'm guessing that's going to be recurring things like, okay, this person has a weapon. What is its power? What is its property? What are they going to be able to do? Yeah, I guess it does have kind of a baddie of the week setup going, but I'm hoping it goes a little deeper than that. I'm thinking it will, because there's, we've just started to see, this, the super evil dude who's controlling this little kid emperor, and even I have a feeling I'm going to end up hating that kid emperor, because even as a child, you know when things aren't right. I'm sorry, you do. Even it doesn't matter if you've lived with this guy your whole life, but you can see people, people are being killed and executed left and right. Loyal members of the royal palace are being thrown out and killed. It's like, how do you not know that something's wrong with this? I don't care if you're 10 years old. You know that that this isn't right. So yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to absolutely hate that kid. Like almost more, like I'm gonna hate him almost more than I hate the actual bad guy, the advisor or prime minister. I've forgotten what his title is, but he's just evil for the sake of evil. That's not. I don't really get angry at that, because that's just a trope that's there. This kid though, I'd say wait a little while for more of it to come out and then check it out. I do recommend checking it out at some point, but maybe wait. Watch some. If you've got other stuff on your list, watch that first, so that this will have more than 5 episodes by the time you start watching it. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Akame ga kill.